Like a trans-Pacific jumbo jet, Tales of Berseria arrives with a lot of baggage. It's not even the game's fault. Instead, you can blame its predecessor, Tales of Zestiria, whose handling of a certain female protagonist triggered backlash within a vocal segment of the fanbase, causing what would be best described as a series of unfortunate events. Needless to say, Berseria was bound to get a lot of extra scrutiny given all the real-life drama from its predecessor. Not only is it the next mainline Tales game since Zestiria, and the first since producer Hideo Baba's departure, it also serves as a story prequel to that game, which means both titles are linked in more ways than one. As if channeling the angst resulting from its predecessor, Berseria skips any pretense of early game pleasantries and dives straight into some seriously depressing stuff. I mean, the Tales series has more than its share of lonely moments, but this one layers them on like a stack of sad, syrupy pancakes. And they were good. Seriously, the approach actually works, setting a solid foundation for the rest of the game. At the center of Berseria's story is Velvet Crow, a star-crossed lass who was apparently born under a ladder while 100 black cats were crossing the street. The poor woman just has the worst luck in the world. Needless to say, her harsh life experiences have turned the once compassionate girl into one dark and angry human being. Well, maybe human being isn't exactly accurate, but you know what I mean. Velvet's rough and caustic demeanor is a marked departure from Zestiria's warm and positive protagonist Sore, who obviously had the benefit of growing up relatively sheltered. Whereas Sore has a natural instinct to protect people, Velvet, while not inherently evil, wouldn't think twice of sacrificing others to achieve her goal. Basically, she just does not give a darn after everything she's been through, and her personal development during the journey becomes a key component of Berseria's tale, pun so totally intended. As with other games in the Tales series, Berseria features a varied and colorful cast of party members. Granted, they correspond to several tropes that would be familiar to your average Crunchyroll subscriber, but I found them to be likable. Just make sure to be on the lookout for the telltale prompts for skits as you play the intermission-like events, which help add nuance to the characters as well as the game's story. Speaking of game, a big part of Berseria is naturally the gameplay, which includes the series' familiar hybrid combat system. A mix of turn-based and real-time action, Tales' combat system is known for its flashy attacks and wicked combo strings. In Berseria's case, the battles continue to be a lot of fun, with the soul gauge mechanic taking precedence this time around. In addition to stringing combos, you can do neat moves like last-second dodges that reduce the damage you take and allow you to counterattack. You also can get bonuses like reduced soul gauge usage by mixing parts in a combo as opposed to spamming the same button or move. Once you get the hang of the basics, you can also do what's called a break soul, which grants even stronger combos and even a healing effect at the expense of consuming, well, soul. Time it right with a full soul gauge just as you are about to defeat a foe, and you can essentially do it for free. You can also use 3 souls while standing or 1 during the middle of a combo to Varianize Velvet and consume HP, allowing you to unleash a break art that gets even more powerful the less hit points you have or when the max chain is reached. One downside to this, of course, is that there's a lot to digest and it can be overwhelming for some folks. People familiar with Tales combat, however, will like the nuances of Berseria's take on battling. One part of Berseria that feels a bit long in the tooth is exploration. You can still do stuff like pick items on the field, but it feels a bit like filler in between the game's exposition at this point, as opposed to a part of the gameplay that I really look forward to. Granted, I might just be suffering from RPG exploration and open world fetching burnout, but I could really use something new or different as far as this part of the genre is concerned. Visuals also can be uneven, with certain areas sporting drab textures, especially the game's darker sections. When Berseria's graphics are on point, however, they can be quite beautiful. As with many AAA JRPGs, character models always get extra love, but I'm also digging some of the game's locales. The fall scenes from the beginning village, for example, look spectacular and evokes a calming and almost sentimental mood. Ultimately, Berseria is a story about bad things happening to good people, and compassion often becomes the first victim of harsh reality. That being said, I developed a soft spot for Berseria's cast of imperfect characters, especially knowing how history was going to turn out many years later during Zestiria's timeline. While Final Fantasy continues to make sweeping changes to its JRPG formula, Tales of Berseria keeps refining the classic template it's known for, resulting in an enjoyable adventure for series fans. The lack of any revolutionary innovation might disappoint those looking for something different. Fans of classic JRPGs, however, will like the polished familiarity of this title. Given all the real-world drama following the previous game, it's nice to see Berseria land ably on its feet.